Hey everyone, what's going on? Thanks for tuning back into Relevant Jukebox, and today I'm back with another vinyl collection video going over my whole collection, 10 random records at a time. It's been a little while since I've done one of these, but I'm finally back with another fresh batch of 10 records for you guys that I think you'll enjoy. I'm just gonna grab a sip of my coffee before I get started here. So yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. Let's get right into these records here. First up, I have the latest album from Charli XCX, How I'm Feeling Now. I really dug this record from Charli earlier this year, her Quarantine album, and I was very happy to get this in the mail. Check out the gatefold on this, it's pretty cool. It's made up of a bunch of fan art that was submitted in like sort of a collaboration for the art direction of this record here as she was like interacting with everyone in quarantine. So, you know, a lot of, doodles and pictures of Charli going on there, which is pretty cool. And this was a colored vinyl. It was a translucent orange pressing, or it's like kind of opaque-y, kind of translucent, like orangey pink, which looks really nice. It's a very interesting color, actually. But this one was semi-hard to track down. Like, I don't see this one in record stores, so I'm not really sure how limited it is, but I did miss out on the yellow version that I believe she put on her website, so I ordered this through Amazon. But yeah, I mean, this record just keeps growing on me as the year goes on. So, yeah, I don't know, really dig it. Next up here, I have Juliee Cruise, Floating into the Night. Another stellar record over here, really dark art pop release from the late 80s from Juliee Cruise. And, you know, if you've never heard this record before and you put on the track Falling, you'll instantly recognize it as the Twin Peaks theme song. Or I believe that song was like reworked for the TV show. David Lynch actually had a heavy hand in this record with Angelo Badalamenti. I always say that guy's name wrong, but they like produced it, wrote a lot of the lyrics with her. So, you know, if you're into that kind of like darkly tortured, like dreamy world, I mean, you have to check out this record if you haven't heard it. It's a pretty stellar one. And this was a reissue through Plain Recordings. It's a nice translucent red, which looks awesome. And this one was also kind of hard to track down. I was lucky enough to have my local record store be able to order me a copy of it. And here's the inner sleeve that it came with. It's got a really washed out photo of a ballet slipper there, and then it's got the lyrics on the back, which is pretty cool. Moving right along here, I have a classic in my book from Oneohtrix Point Never, Replica. You know, this is like the holy grail of plunderphonics. I don't care what anybody else says. This was the record that really got me into Oneohtrix in general, and just kind of like, you know, more of a curiosity for experimental electronic music. But this one is just like, this is unbelievable. This is such a mind-bending record. I don't have one of the really limited, cool foil stamped like white presses. This is just a standard black, as I don't really care about the pressing of it. I just want the music on it. And this also came with an inner sleeve too, and it's kind of cool. It's got this like, you know, interesting artwork here of, I'm not even quite sure what it is. Looks like some kind of like, you know, audio equipment. But yeah. Next up, I have what I think is the best Angel Olsen album, My Woman. Really love this album from Angel. This is my favorite one by far. And yeah, I was pretty let down by her release she put out this year, but you know, we'll see. I still have hope that she's going to pull through on the next one. There's the gatefold right there with a lot of pictures of Angel and her, you know, band recording mates, all the lyrics to the tracks on here. And this is just a standard black issued vinyl. It's a nice, you know, semi-thick pressing. I think it might be 150 gram. I do like the subtle, you know, purple labeling on there. I think it matches the cover art actually pretty nicely. But yeah, pretty solid album from Angel Olsen over here. Next up here, I got a hip-hop classic from B.I.G, Ready to Die. Yeah, I mean, this is, you know, everybody pretty much knows this record. If you're a hip-hop fan, it should be in your collection if it's not already. This one right here is a Vinyl Me Please exclusive pressing right there. So you see the foil stamp, and it is a pretty awesome looking vinyl here. Let me get it out, because there's like a lot of extras that this one came with. But yeah, it's got two different presses. Obviously a double LP. This one's a white with black and red splatter, which looks really cool. You know, just matches the cover art, really nice. You know, it's got the inner sleeve over here. And yeah, I actually showed these out of order, but this is the first vinyl here with side 1 and 2, which is red with black and white splatter, which looks even cooler. I mean, this is just like an unbelievable release. I mean, pretty much like an essential release for this record if you're a fan of it. You know, everyone over at Vinyl Me Please, like, they always do like just like an, you know, amazing job on their releases. And this was the art print that it came with, which is really cool. It's got the crown on there, which is really awesome. And then, you know, as all of their exclusive presses do, it comes with like a, you know, a drink suggestion on here. So that's pretty cool there too. So, you know, if you're popping on this record, they're suggesting cognac, which, you know, makes sense to me. Next up here, I have Black Moth Super Rainbow's Panic Blooms. I really enjoyed this record here. Another one, you know, when it came out, it grew on me quite a bit. There's the back, which is obviously some pretty deranged artwork from, you know, Black Moth Super Rainbow fame, and it's got a really strange gatefold too. You know, it's got like an image that goes up and down like that, which is really weird, obviously. But, you know, there was a new Tobacco album that just dropped recently as well. So I will have a review out for that soon. But this one was the limited gold vinyl that went up on Bandcamp. And it came with a really cool patch that I have somewhere, but I don't have it here. But yeah, really good Black Moth Super Rainbow record. I mean, they kind of took a little bit of time in between this one and Cobra Juicy. And yeah, I mean, there are just some like absolutely soul-crushing melodies and sections on here. But yeah, I don't know. I've always been a big fan of Tom Fex. So next up here, I have Ariana Grande's Sweetener, another artist that just dropped that I should have a review out really soon of Positions. Really enjoy Sweetener though. This is a fun one. You know, a lot of like colorful bangers on here with, you know, a little bit brighter obviously than Thank You Next in its mood. Here's the gatefold. You know, this is a really nice presentation on the vinyl release, I think. I mean, it's a really nice thick jacket that seems really durable. And this is just a standard black issued vinyl here, but it definitely feels like it's like 180 gram. It's a very nice pressing with some beautiful labeling too. It's some like pastel, you know, colors, which is really cool. Next up, I have my favorite album, or my album of the year from last year, which is Xiu Xiu, Girl with Basket of Fruit. Yeah, I mean, this is just one of the craziest records I've come across in a while, or ever, really. I mean, this thing is just all over the place. But I love it. It's challenging, it's dark. I mean, it's just like, you know, you can't just help but just sit and like in awe of this record. I mean, I don't know, I really like it. It came with a really cool inner sleeve too. It's got like this like weird like tribal mask on it. And it's got all the lyrics on the back, you know, if you want to look into the lyrics of this, you know, frog going into people's buttholes and stuff. The lyrics are insane, as is the music, obviously, if you have not heard this record. This is such a stellar vinyl release. I mean, it's a purple marble. I mean, it's the perfect, you know, looking vinyl, I think, for this album, matching the album cover there, with that pink labeling that kind of pops, but, well, which is kind of disappointing because I suppose there's nothing that really indicates which one is side A and side B, so you kind of have to play around with that, but, you know, you could play side A and side B of this record and just still be in awe of what's going on. And coming down to the home stretch here, I have Clash the Truth by Beach Fossils. Here's a band that's kind of just like disappeared from existence, really. I mean, you know, this record is great. I think it's a real good one. But yeah, I mean, what happened to Beach Fossils? I don't really know. But, you know, this is just like kind of like a dusty dream pop album, and a good one. And this was the limited pressing. So it does have this like wraparound jacket here from Captured Tracks. I do believe this was out of 400, but don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure. Here's the original cover, which I think is really cool, actually. Like, that guy's like really warped face looks awesome. It is a gatefold, so it's got that going on there, you know. I bought this one after it sold out, so I got it on eBay, and it was a colored release as well. It's got like this like translucent red with some black smoke in it. I don't know, it might be hard to see that, but there it is right there. But yeah, this is a fun one. I mean, you know, if you're into like real estate or, you know, dream pop, like all that kind of stuff, like good album here from 2013, but, you know, I don't know what happened to the band. And wrapping up this batch of records here, I have a Stone Cold classic, the Velvet Underground and Nico's Self-Titled. Now, this one is a pricier release for sure, as it is an original Verve Records pressing, which did come with, you know, the famous, like, banana sticker on it. Obviously, mine's been peeled off, and it shows, like, this really weird-looking banana under it. If it had the full sticker still intact, this thing would be, like, a really expensive record. I picked this up at a local record store, actually, in Lowell, Mass., and I thought it was a good price. It's a record that I really wanted to own an original pressing of because it's like an all-time favorite of mine. I'm just like enamored with the Velvet Underground. Here's the gatefold here. You know, you get a lot of just pictures of Lou and the band and Nico in there. And the record itself was like minty fresh. I mean, it is like such a clean pressing of this album. I mean, I couldn't leave it on the shelf, even though it was a little pricey. But yeah, I mean, this is just like one of those records I had to cross off the list, you know, Holy Grail ones. Maybe if I could ever find one day with the banana peel record sticker still on it, I'll grab it. But, you know, that's more than likely going to be out of my price range. And actually, last thing I wanted to show for this video here, something I just randomly got in the mail. It's not a vinyl, but it came in from Mr. Frank Ocean, which is really cool, which is just like a poster, you know, advertising, voting, because the election is coming up soon, but really, really cool poster here that I just randomly got. So I'm assuming that, like, you know, if you were on his mailing list, he just, like, sent these out. I don't really know. It just kind of, like, showed up at my doorstep, which is really, really awesome. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. You know, anything that's, like, limited Frank Ocean merch, you know, you're probably going to want to hang on to, so I might put it in a frame. I don't know. That's going to do it for this video here with my batch of records. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I obviously will be back with another one. I just don't know when. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and share. And if you want more content from me, hit that subscribe button. Peace.